I don't know if this reads or if it's backwards in the camera, but it says caregiver stress and caregiver burnout. I am a caregiver for my mom, who has Alzheimer's moving into dementia, and I'm living with her and my dad. And although I am her caregiver, I'm really truly here for my dad and to be make sure that he is doing okay, because he's been her caregiver 100% for a while now, and my mom is still in denial about her diagnosis. She was diagnosed officially with Alzheimer's in July of 2024, and it is June of 2026 while I'm recording this, and even this past week I've told her multiple days in a row, "No, Mom, you were diagnosed with Alzheimer's," and she says, "No, I was not, da da da." Okay, well, I have the paperwork. Well, I want to see it. Okay, I'll show you again tomorrow. So, it's been pretty rough. And I figure that, I don't figure that every situation, if you have a loved one with Alzheimer's or dementia, you're going to be having your own experience that is different from mine. Every case is different. But there are also going to be a lot of similarities. I have a really specific kind of situation that I feel like less people will understand, and then I go to the caregiver meetings, and half of the caregivers in the room are dealing with a parent who is diagnosed and being really, really, really awful. So, this is what's happening now for me, and hopefully if it's happening for you, then this is helpful in some way. Okay, so I'm just going to read through this and share the resource. And excuse the table, I have a lot of roses and rose petals that I'm going to be processing and turning into cool things. So, here we go. Okay. The demands of caregiving can be exhausting and overwhelming, but there are steps you can take to rein in stress and regain a sense of balance, joy, and hope in your life. So what is caregiver burnout? While caring for a loved one can be very rewarding, it also involves many stressors. And since family caregiving is often a long-term challenge, the emotional impact can snowball over time. You may face years or even decades of caregiving responsibilities. It can be particularly disheartening if you feel that you're in over your head, if there's no hope that your family member will get better, or if despite your best efforts, their condition is gradually deteriorating. It can be particularly disheartening if you feel that you're in over your head, if there's no hope that your family member will get better, or if despite your best efforts, their condition is gradually deteriorating. That was better. The stress of caregiving, if the stress of caregiving is left unchecked, it can take a toll on your health, relationships, and state of mind, eventually leading to burnout, a state of emotional, mental, and physical exhaustion. And when you get to that point, both you and the person you're caring for suffers. That's why taking care of yourself isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Cultivating your own emotional practice and physical well-being is just as important as making sure your family member gets to their doctor's appointment or takes their medication on time. Generally, stress can feel overwhelming, but burnout feels more like chronic exhaustion. Once you reach burnout, you might progress from saying things like, "I have too much on my plate," to "I'm done." man. Signs and symptoms of caregiver stress and burnout. Learning to recognize the signs of caregiver stress and burnout is important so you can take immediate action to prevent things from becoming worse and start improving the situation for both you and the person you're caring for. Common signs and symptoms: anxiety, depression, irritability, feeling tired and run down, difficulty sleeping, overreacting to minor nuisances, new or worsening health problems, trouble concentrating, feeling increasingly resentful, drinking, smoking, or eating more, neglecting responsibilities, cutting back on leisure activities. Common signs and symptoms of caregiver burnout. You have what was that first one? Oh, those were symptoms of caregiver stress. Now, these are symptoms of caregiver burnout, just to be clear. You have much less energy than you once had. It seems like you catch every cold or bout of flu that's going around. You're constantly exhausted, even after sleeping or taking a break. You neglect your own needs, either because you're too busy or you don't care anymore. Your life revolves around caregiving, but gives you little satisfaction. You have trouble relaxing, even when help is available. You're increasingly impatient and irritable with the person you're caring for. You feel helpless and hopeless. How to cope. While caring for a loved one will never be stress-free, the following tips can help you to lighten the load, avoid the symptoms of caregiver burnout, and find more balance in your life. Avoid caregiver burnout by feeling empowered. Oh man, this is really okay. So patience, acceptance, embracing your caregiving choice, taking an organized approach, look for the silver lining, don't let caregiving take over your life, focus on the things you can control. Break big tasks down into manageable chunks. Celebrate the small victories. Get the appreciation you need. Imagine how your loved one would respond if they were healthy. Applaud your own efforts. Talk to a supportive family member or friend. And then there are links online with this packet. And then it says asking for caregiving help. Look into respite care. Speak up. Spread the responsibility. So try to get as many family members involved as possible. Even someone who lives far away can help. You also might want to divide up caregiving tasks. Schedule family meetings. Set up a regular check-in. Say yes when someone offers assistance. Be willing to relinquish some control. Make use of technology. Give yourself a break. As a busy caregiver, leisure time may seem like an impossible luxury, but you owe it to yourself, as well as to the person you're caring for, to carve it into your schedule. Give yourself permission to rest and do things that you enjoy on a daily basis. You will be a better caregiver for it. Maintain your personal relationships. Share your feelings. Prioritize activities that bring you enjoyment. Find ways to pamper yourself. Make yourself laugh. Yes. Get out of the house. Take care of your own health. Keep on top of your doctor's visits. Exercise. Practice a relaxation technique. Eat well. Don't skimp on sleep. Know when to seek professional help. Join a caregiver support group. That blue jay just... You okay? You okay, buddy? It's like it ran into the roof there. You alright? It's like rubbing his beak on the branch. Join a caregiver support group. local versus online support groups. And that's what I just came from. So then there's all these like resources. I guess at some point I'll actually read through this whole thing. I realize that this is already 10-minute long video, and I think that that's probably a good start to just share. Also, I literally just came from the caregiver meeting. Was there for 2 hours today. They're usually about an hour and a half long or so, but it's literally just like free therapy for those that are going through this. So it was just myself and one other person that came today, which is a really small turnout, but it really was wonderful, so helpful. So there were 4 of us together in the room for 2 hours, just talking about everything that's going on. And I've been sharing a lot. Today was a really hard day. Everything with my mom has been really hard, and that has actually been my entire life with her. And so there are things happening while I'm up here with them that are just really reminiscent. And it's bringing back a lot of memories and resentment, although that's already been coming up for over a decade, and I've been working through this for a long time. I've been very consciously working through this for 11 years now. I happened to move back home with my parents when I was 30, and I was really taken aback. I was very surprised and blindsided by the amount of anger and resentment that I was feeling towards my mom. And it was really, really hard then to figure it out and to work through it. But I did. And we got to a place where we were healed enough. And I had a window with my mom that was the best window that we've had in our mother-daughter relationship. It was still missing a lot of love. But things were better. And now that all of this diagnosis has been going on, and with Alzheimer's, there are a lot of behaviors that she has hidden that she's now behaving again. And it is bringing up a lot. And today I happened to find boxes that are mine, like things that are mine. I found one of my favorite books, Healing with Whole Foods, from my massage school days, and Qigong nutrition and 5-element nutrition. The book is all about 5-element nutrition. It is a really cool book on food from Chinese medicine perspective, and it's just amazing. So I found it and realized that there was another box underneath it with more things of mine. And then so I'm unearthing boxes of mine, and I found another box that had all of the VHSs from when I was a little kid in it. And we still have the TV that has the VHS player built into it. So I watched it. So I started to watch it. I just picked one of the videos of there's probably like 24 VHS like home movies in this box. And I picked one, and it said April 89. And I put it in, and I turned on the TV and pressed play, and it played. And I think I made it about 10 minutes into the video and just had so many prime examples of why I feel the way about my mom and why I feel the way about my dad. And literally, like, you can watch just the first 10 minutes of this and you'll get a whole clear understanding of why I love my dad and feel safe with him, and why I don't love my mom and I don't feel safe with her, but I do love her. That's confusing, to be a little kid and to love someone who won't love you back and will be dismissive or mean to you. So I had to turn it off. I had to stop it, and I just cried. And I had to get ready for this meeting, and I thought that I was not going to be able to make it to the caregiver meeting because I'm in the shower, like on the floor of the shower, crying. You know, one of those. And I made it. I made it to the meeting. And I'm really, really glad that I went. Because I have an assumption that when I share with people that I have a parent with Alzheimer's and they get really sad, because it is sad, that they're thinking, wow, that must be so painful to lose your mother who you love so much and who is your mother, right? And they have this idea of mother being caring and nurturing and authentic in her love. And when people are going, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, that's so hard. I mean, I just say, yeah, because it is. But it's another type of pain to go, I guess that would be more painful if I actually felt like I was losing her now. But the thing is, I've always been searching for my mom and always trying to stay away from her because she's just not nice. And she's a master manipulator. So, unfortunately, this nightmare fuel is like somewhat living rent-free in my head. But I also understand that it's really validating and freeing for me to like look and see this really innocent little kid being treated the way that she was being treated and go, yeah, girl, you were not at fault for that. That was not your fault. And to see myself and go, oh my god, I'm freaking cute. It'd be so easy to love me. And I was made to believe that it was hard to love me. So I'm free from that a bit while I'm here witnessing it in my face, because the crash outs are multiple times a day, multiple days a week. We usually will have 1 to 2 days of it being calm before another eruption or storm comes through. So I'm learning how to weather the storm, and this helps. It's not edited. I'm not wearing makeup even. I've cried so much today. And I just wanted to share, hoping that if you're in this boat, that you understand too that you're not alone and you're allowed to feel how you feel. Especially if you're in the boat where you have a loved one going through this, who you maybe feel like it's more of a, like this is what you're supposed to be doing rather than like something you definitely want to be doing. There's a lot of healing that is accessible to you through this process, even though it's a very, very tough process. And I have to admit, like, I've not been taking care of myself. I've definitely neglected my, like, physical health, like brushing my teeth, neglected. I usually don't, I've had one time where I've gone 2 days without taking a shower, and that's enough. Like, that's plenty for me. Like, ugh. I try to take a salt bath every day. I'm just rambling because I know that I need this support, and I just received incredible support, and so it just feels natural to expand upon it, to give some, like, here's what's alive in me from that, and hope that you feel like you have more community, even if we've never spoken, or you're like, I don't even know your name, girl. It's Vanessa. Hi, I'm Vanessa. I blew up my life at 41. I left an incredibly beautiful part of the world, Santa Barbara, California, which I just absolutely adore. And I've lived for the past 20 years of my life in that town. That town has shaped me. And I blew it up. Well, the universe told me to. She said, Santa Barbara told me, hey girl, you can stay, but you're not really gonna get as far as you want to go. And I think that you need to leave for a little while. And I think that you need to go up north and spend a year with your mom and dad and do some healing. So here I am. So this channel is me exploring things because I love to explore. And when I think about all the different things that I've done, because I'm a 3-5 generator, if you know what that means, you know what that means. And I'm an Aries, and if you know what that means, then you know what that means. And if you're an Aries 3-5 generator, holy shit, babe. I'm gonna have lots of different, my hands are in lots of different pots. I'm interested in a lot of different things, okay? So I'm gonna be sharing more of those interesting things on this channel. And at times I will be talking about Alzheimer's and dementia and being a caregiver, because it is what I'm living right now. And also why you'll be seeing a lot of things on this channel that are very local to Southern Washington, because that's where I'm at right now. And being a caregiver means that I'm kind of like here. I'm kind of here. We don't go to many places. So anyway, welcome if you decide to be here. And if not, no problem. You're always welcome to come back in and check it out and explore with me into topics that you find interesting that I'll be sharing on this channel, including spirituality, synesthesia, plants, astrology. Did I say astrology? I don't know. Holistic health, music, art, meditation, jewelry making. I'm making simple syrups right now. I'm just gonna share it, okay? Because I need it for my mental health, for being a caregiver. Okay? Okay. Like, subscribe if you want it, and I'll see you guys some other time. Bye.